Hi, Scott.
Hi, James.
How are you? All good?
I'm good, pal. Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Brilliant. Yeah, really good. Thanks for your time.
No worries, mate.
Scott, can we start with any injury news for tomorrow? I'm sure a few Fulham fans will be wondering how Alexander's looking ahead of tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, we're full strength. Everyone's fit for tomorrow night. So yeah, I've got a full squad to pick from. Yeah, and that's it really. So now down to me to work out the best dynamics to obviously try and win a football match tomorrow. But in terms of injuries and where the squad is, everyone's fit. Everyone's trained over the last few days. So yeah, we're all good.
And Alexander would be in a position whereby if you wanted to start him, then he would be able to start the game.
Yeah, he's fit. So yeah, we'll make our decision on that really.
How are you feeling about tomorrow night's game? It's going to be a strange feeling. It will be a proud moment for you, I guess, leading Fulham out at Wembley, a club you've played for, a club you're now managing, but not having the fans alongside you.
Yeah, look, I think we're extremely excited about tomorrow night's game. I'm certainly excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very, very proud as well. Obviously, I spent a long time here as a player. I've seen the club. Certainly, I've been here. Since I've been here, there's been a lot of downs and probably more. There have been good. So in terms of that, I'm very proud to lead the team, which has been a long, hard-fought season this year to get to where we have, to take it to the final game for my team really. And then the second question, of course, there is one disappointing factor is that the fans cannot share this moment with us and their support and be behind the team. And it's been like that for the past 8 months. So even more so now when you get to Wembley and you get to a final, if there's one thing the fans deserve and you want them to support is at these moments. So disappointed for them, but that's the current world we're living in really, and the dynamics and the platforms that are out there in terms of social media and stuff like that to the players and at their disposal. They see and feel that support coming from the fans. So yeah, that's much needed.
And 2 years ago, a lot of this Fulham side went to Wembley and they won that playoff final against Aston Villa. I just wonder how much you can use that to your advantage, the fact that your players have been to Wembley recently and they have been successful there.
Yeah, of course we can. We take good heart and we take confidence from that experiences, past experience in life, past experience in arenas or events. As a sportsman, certainly it can only be beneficial. And you're right in saying we've got a group here and a squad here that have walked it before and have experienced this before. I see that only as a positive, and I see that can only be helpful. In saying that, at the same time, there's going to be more to this game and the football match and the dynamics of it than just having a little bit of experience. But certainly that experience will be helpful.
One of the Brentford players said that Fulham will be fearing Brentford because you lost twice to them so far this season in the league. Is that fair? And do you think that experience and the fact Brentford have won 2 games against you this season counts for anything when it comes to something as big as a playoff final?
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all, really. And like you say, you're in a playoff final, and the dynamics of a playoff final, the dynamics of the stadium, Wembley, what's at stake. I think everything gets eradicated from previous. That's exactly how I see it. There's a lot more tomorrow, what this game brings, than past experiences, meaning previous performances. So, of course, we realise the challenge ahead of us. And the challenge is we're playing against a very good team, a team that were on the same amount of points as us this season, and we were divided by goal difference, and they had more. But they're a good side. We understand that, but at the same time, fully believe in what we're doing. I fully believe in my squad. I fully believe in the occasion and where we're going to have to go and where we're going to have to in terms of the game and where we're going to have to dig and go to get a result. I firmly believe my players can do that. So yeah, that's exactly how I see the dynamics of this football match panning out. The team what can what are going to deal with them situations, deal with this, the whole experience, of course, is going to be probably better equipped. And then ultimately, like anything, you need to turn up on the day and produce some football and produce what you can produce. I believe my team can do that. We've shown throughout this season we can do that. We've shown that when we've needed to get results, we've been able to do that. So respect totally what Brentford have done this year. They've been fantastic. But so have we.
And just finally from me, Scott, we know that if Fulham win the game, there's a potential rise in additional revenue of £135 million. So I wonder, when it comes to building the players up for this game, do you try and build up the occasion even more and know what's at stake, or do you try and get rid of any of the hidden distractions and try and make the players just focus on the game and not worry about what could happen if you were to be successful?
Yeah, listen to me. This game has been our focus throughout the whole of this year. This is not just a game all of a sudden was just springed up on us. Our aim was to get promoted. We realised that we can get promoted in this division via the top two. If not, then we'll go via Wembley if we can. So in terms of that, we always knew that goal and that journey and where that journey was going to bring us, and we was very clear and had a laser focus about us. And then regarding all the other stuff's are what ifs, and in terms of the money behind the game and what the game brings and stuff like that, it's something which we can't control. What we can control is how we go out there tomorrow night and perform. We go about our business in a professional way. We go about our way and really put a stamp on the game. And you give yourself an opportunity to win the match and to win the game. That's what we'll be doing.
Thanks, Scott. All the best.
Yes, James. Thank you.
Thanks, James. If you wouldn't mind going on mute, can we have questions? Jessica Crichton, please, Sky Sports News.
Hello, Scott. You okay?
Hi, Jessica. All good.
Good. I'd like to find out more about how you're dealing with the big sensitive occasion. How do you deal with the pressure of such a big match? Are you superstitious? Do you get excited? Do you get nervous? How do you go about it?
Yeah, I'm excited, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's an excitement about me. Looking forward to the game. I'm very proud. Of course, I've been at a football club now for a long time as a player, and now just obviously my full season. Lead the club and the team to this point. Yeah, obviously very proud, but ultimately, it's how I look at it is very single-minded and very, very focused on what's ahead of us. And tomorrow night's another football match. My experiences have told me and taught me that all the noise and everything else what comes with games and big games, I want to use exactly that, is noise, and a real laser focus about us to understand what the job is in hand and what we need to do. And I feel that we're in a good place to do that. There has been a laser focus about us for some time now. And the journey which was spelled out to this team and these players have been spelled out from day one to this point now, or via automatic. So a big game tomorrow, and one I'm relishing and I'm looking forward to.
You obviously had big game experiences as a player, like you said. How does it compare when you go into a big game like this as a manager? Does it feel different?
Not really. No, not really. The build up, what you're going into is everything you want, really. You know, these are the games and these are the moments that you want to be involved in, and you want to be around, and you want to perform. You have an opportunity to perform and show on a big stage, and obviously the rewards to that is great as well. So, of course, at this moment in time, I'm not the one what's going to be stepping out there tomorrow, and that's where I was before. But I'll stand on that sideline and look at a group of players and a team of players that over this season have grown, have developed, and have earned the right to be at Wembley tomorrow. And like I say, hopefully we can put in a performance that we can get a result.
Obviously, I understand football is a team sport, but for you on an individual basis, Scott, have you allowed yourself to think about what this means to you on a personal level?
No, not really. I think it's like anything. When you're in this job, things seem to fly past at 1,000 miles an hour, and it's probably not until when it's all said and done and it all finishes and the dust settles a little bit, maybe you can reflect and you look back on what you've achieved, what we've done as a group and as a club, and the negatives and of course the positives. But when you're in it, it's a whirlwind really, and you lose sight. We live in a world where it's so quick and you lose sight. So I have just one focus. I've had one focus all year, and the team have had one focus, and that focus has been a bright, dying ambition to try and get into the Premier League, and that's been our one aim, and that's been my aim as well, really. So that we've got an opportunity tomorrow night to accomplish that, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Just finally, Scott, I wasn't sure if you've already answered a question on Mitrovic and his fitness ahead of the game. Yeah,
Mitrovic is fit. We've got a full fit squad to pick from for tomorrow night. So we're in sense of that, my position, that's where we are.
Brilliant, dreamy. Good luck, Scott.
Jessica, thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. If you could please go on mute. We'll stay on broadcast. A few extra questions. BBC London, is it Emma on the call?
Yes, hello, hi.
Hi, Emma.
Hello, Scott. Great news that everybody's fit. It's a nice headache to have, isn't it? To have everybody available, but it's going to be difficult to tell some of those players they're not starting tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, a headache you want as a manager. Obviously, a fully fit squad to have the luxury to pick from, and I'd rather these headaches and the problems than having the opposite. So pleased that obviously we've got a squad ready to pick from, and we'll do that.
It's going to be weird that Wembley is empty, but are the team kind of going to? Will they be able to just ignore that fact once the whistle goes? Do you think, for the game to get underway?
I think so, yeah. I mean, look, we've experienced this now for 2.5 months, I think it is. So empty stadiums and what that brings, of course, the stadium is a lot more vast and a lot more bigger than what we've been. But the players have become accustomed to the current environments that they're playing in. So I don't really see any difference there, really. So strange, of course, but I think the experiences what we've had over the last 8 or 9, 10 games will put us in good stead to know what we're going into.
What's your team talk usually like, and is it going to change tomorrow night?
Varies on the circumstances and where I feel that we need to hit in terms of a mindset, really. I mean, look, tomorrow night's a big game for us. Team talk often is about us and what we do and how we stamp our authority on the game, how we go about our business, what we need to do to do that, really, and stuff like that. Really, I don't think that's going to change. That's always been the message. As a football team, as a football club, we want to do things our way. We want to stamp things into a football match, outside the football match, the bigger picture as well. So I don't think that's going to change tomorrow, albeit that the occasion is a lot bigger. You have to bring certain things to a football match, and we'll have to bring that tomorrow night.
As a player at Fulham and now as the manager, you will be more than aware of the rivalry with Brentford. It'll make it all the more special, won't it, to beat them tomorrow night?
Yeah, it would. And it's amazing to think that we get to the 48, 49 games of the season and it comes down to a West London derby, really. So, it probably adds a little bit more to it, even as big as the game is. Obviously, a London derby now as well. So, two teams have done fantastically well this year, separated by goal difference in the league. It's hopefully it'll be a very good game.
And finally, from me, you mentioned that goal difference. It's pretty extraordinary for Brentford, isn't it? They do like to score goals. So I'm assuming you've been working quite hard with your defence and your goalkeeper over the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've going forward, they're a real threat. You've seen that in the three players in the front scored a lot of goals. Of course, we understand that. I think I said many times before, we concentrate on ourselves, how we can hurt and how we can try and punish Brentford or their flaws. And we're playing against an extremely very good organised team who have done extremely well this year. And there's going to be challenges, of course there are. But I also suspect that Brentford will have some challenges as well come tomorrow night. And hopefully that them challenges will be more great than the ones they cause us. And if that's the case, then hopefully it'll be a good night. So, that's what we'll do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emma. We're going to check if there are any more broadcast questions. Natalie, ESPN, do you have a question for Scott?
Yes, I do. Hi, Scott. You mentioned a few times the journey that Fulham went through this season. What did the team take from the relegation to this moment, this whole season? What were the main changes on the pitch and in the mentality as well, you think?
I think there's been a massive change. And I realised that when we first come in. I remember we got relegated at Watford away. In the dressing room, I remember the fans, and I remember the whole football club was very disjointed and wasn't really together. Realised that this year was going to be a massive challenge for us, and the biggest challenge was obviously trying to implement the philosophy and trying to install a real identity on us on the pitch. But the bigger challenge was always for me was going to come off it. And you often find that when teams get relegated, them challenges are there, and they're really big wounds, what are gaping open really, because a team which is shot to pieces at times and used to losing football matches, and we was no different to any other club. What have been relegated, won 7 games last year, I think, 81 goals conceded, and we was in a bit of a low spell really. And I not just include the team, I include the whole football club in that. And certainly there was a job to be done, because I realised how important that is. You want to create a culture and you want to set an environment that is a winning mentality and a winning culture. You need certain ingredient. And over the course of this season, it's been a rocky road. And of course you see that, because you can't just have a magic wand or a click of a finger what's going to all of a sudden you go from this real weak mentality or a real disbelief or a real disconnection to all of a sudden within the space of 2 months you've got a team which are fighting whatever division you're in to win it. You can have the best team on paper you want, and you can have that, but ultimately at times you see that the teams what are the successful ones are the ones what can go about their business with a real way about them. So certainly I sit in a position now where I do see a massive improvement to where we were. I see a squad that has shown big resilience along the way, had our blips and shown a vulnerability about us, but also I see a team progressing, and I see a real resilient team, which is going to be needed. Loads of work to be done still, loads of work and loads of improvements to be made. But I see at this present moment in time, I see a real team about us, which is certainly going in the right direction. And that's what makes me most proud. That's what makes me most pleased, because I realise how important it is. I know how important it is to winning games. I know how important it is to being successful. And I don't mean just success in winning 3 games or just winning the odd cup. I mean longevity success. You need to build something on concrete foundations. You build something on concrete foundations, you can keep building, and you keep building blocks till you get to where you need to get to, and it just becomes second nature. And that's what we need to keep doing.